The preface of Meditations by Marcus Aurelius begins with the author acknowledging the various individuals who had a significant impact on his life, including his parents and teachers. He expresses gratitude for their guidance and emphasizes the importance of learning from others. Marcus Aurelius then goes on to explain the purpose of his writing, which is to record his personal reflections and philosophy on life. He stresses that these are not meant to be dogmatic or prescriptive, but rather a way for him to remind himself of his values and principles. The author also emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment and accepting whatever fate may bring. He encourages the reader to embrace the impermanence of life and to focus on what is within their control, rather than worrying about things outside of their influence. Overall, the preface of Meditations provides valuable insights into the author's worldview and philosophy. It emphasizes the importance of gratitude, learning from others, living in the present moment, and accepting the impermanence of life. These principles can be applied to one's own life in order to live a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. Chapter 1. Debts and Lessons. In the first chapter of Meditations, Marcus Aurelius reflects on the many people and experiences that have contributed to his personal growth and development. He acknowledges the debt he owes to his parents, teachers, and other individuals who have provided him with guidance and support throughout his life. The author also emphasizes the importance of learning from both positive and negative experiences. He notes that even difficult or unpleasant situations can provide valuable lessons and opportunities for personal growth. Overall, the first chapter provides a valuable reminder of the importance of gratitude and learning from life's experiences. By recognizing the debt we owe to others and embracing the lessons life has to offer, we can cultivate a greater sense of wisdom and perspective. Chapter 2. On the River Gran, among the Quadi. In Chapter 2, Marcus Aurelius reflects on the transience of life and the importance of focusing on what truly matters. He notes that everything in life is temporary, and that even the most powerful and influential individuals will eventually pass away. The author also stresses the importance of living in the present moment and focusing on what is within our control. He notes that while we cannot control external events, we can control our own thoughts and actions. By focusing on our own inner lives and cultivating a sense of inner peace and tranquility, we can find fulfillment and meaning even in the face of adversity. Overall, Chapter 2 provides a valuable reminder of the importance of focusing on the present moment and cultivating inner peace and resilience. By accepting the transience of life and focusing on what is truly important, we can live a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. Chapter 3. Not to be satisfied with a little. In Chapter 3, Marcus Aurelius reflects on the human tendency to always want more, even when we have already achieved a great deal. He notes that this desire for more can lead to dissatisfaction and a lack of contentment, even when we have everything we need. The author suggests that we should strive to find contentment and satisfaction with what we already have, rather than always looking for more. He notes that true happiness comes not from external possessions or achievements, but from a sense of inner peace and tranquility. Overall, Chapter 3 provides a valuable reminder of the importance of finding contentment and satisfaction with what we already have. By recognizing the limitations of external possessions and focusing on our own inner lives, we can cultivate a greater sense of peace and happiness. Before we continue, we would like to inform you that we release these summaries in audio format on Spotify before we release them on YouTube in video format, with subtitles. We have also created a goldmine of information which you can get exclusive access to by supporting us on Patreon. You get in-depth summaries plus scripts, usually twice the length of our YouTube content, a list of the top 20 key takeaways and exercises, summary requests, and more. Thank you for the support and don't forget to hit the like button. Chapter 4. The Fleeting Nature of Fame and Glory. In Chapter 4, Marcus Aurelius reflects on the fleeting nature of fame and glory. He notes that even the most celebrated and influential individuals will eventually be forgotten, and that their achievements will be lost to the sands of time. The author suggests that we should not place too much emphasis on external recognition or fame, but rather focus on living a virtuous and meaningful life. He notes that the true value of our actions lies not in their external consequences, but in the inner qualities they cultivate within us. Overall, Chapter 4 provides a valuable reminder of the importance of living a virtuous and meaningful life, regardless of external recognition or praise. By focusing on cultivating inner qualities such as wisdom, compassion, and courage, we can find true fulfillment and meaning in life. Chapter 5. The Shortness of Life. In Chapter 5, Marcus Aurelius reflects on the brevity of human life. He notes that our time on earth is limited, and that we must make the most of every moment we have. The author suggests that we should not waste our time on trivial pursuits or meaningless distractions, but rather focus on what truly matters in life. He notes that the pursuit of pleasure or material possessions is ultimately fruitless, and that true happiness comes from living a life of purpose and meaning. Overall, Chapter 5 provides a valuable reminder of the importance of making the most of our time on earth. By focusing on what truly matters and living a life of purpose and meaning, we can find true fulfillment and happiness, even in the face of life's fleeting nature. Chapter 6. On Reading. In Chapter 6, Marcus Aurelius reflects on the importance of reading and learning. He notes that reading is a valuable tool for expanding our knowledge and understanding of the world, and that it can help us to develop our own thoughts and ideas. The author suggests that we should be discerning in our reading choices, and focus on works that are valuable and meaningful. He notes that not all books are created equal, and that some may actually be harmful to our intellectual and moral development. Overall, Chapter 6 provides a valuable reminder of the importance of reading and learning. By being discerning in our reading choices and focusing on works that are valuable and meaningful, we can expand our knowledge and understanding of the world, and develop our own thoughts and ideas. Chapter 7. On Being Patient. In Chapter 7, Marcus Aurelius reflects on the importance of patience in our lives. He acknowledges that life is full of challenges, obstacles, and setbacks that can test our patience and endurance. The author notes that in these difficult moments, it is essential to remain calm and composed to avoid being overwhelmed by our emotions. The author suggests that patience is a virtue that can be cultivated through practice. It requires a conscious effort to slow down our thoughts and reactions, to take a deep breath, and to analyze the situation with a clear and objective mind. This ability to remain patient and composed enables us to make better decisions, to communicate more effectively, and to find creative solutions to problems. In addition, practicing patience helps us develop emotional intelligence, which is a key component of personal and professional success. By cultivating emotional intelligence, we become more aware of our own feelings and those of others, which allows us to communicate more effectively, build stronger relationships, and lead with empathy and understanding. Overall, Chapter 7 provides a valuable reminder of the importance of patience in our daily lives. By learning to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity, we can navigate life's challenges more effectively and find greater peace and fulfillment. Chapter 8. On Finding Inner Peace. In Chapter 8, Marcus Aurelius reflects on the importance of finding inner peace. He acknowledges that many people spend their lives pursuing external pleasures and possessions, but that true happiness can only be found within. The author suggests that cultivating a sense of inner peace is essential to finding happiness and contentment regardless of our external circumstances. He notes that this inner peace can be achieved through practices such as meditation, self-reflection, and mindfulness. By focusing our attention inward, we can become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors and develop a deeper sense of self-awareness and self-acceptance. In addition, cultivating inner peace helps us to develop resilience in the face of adversity. By cultivating a sense of inner calm and contentment, we become less reactive to external events and more resilient in the face of difficulties. We learn to accept what we cannot change, to adapt to new situations, and to find meaning and purpose in our experiences. Overall, Chapter 8 provides a valuable reminder of the importance of finding inner peace in our lives. By cultivating a sense of peace and contentment within ourselves, we can find greater happiness and fulfillment, even in the face of life's challenges and difficulties. It reminds us that true happiness is not found in external circumstances but rather in our internal state of being. Chapter 9, Morning Exercises. How you should conduct yourself at first light. In this chapter, Marcus Aurelius lays out his morning routine, which consists of a set of mental exercises that help him start his day with a positive attitude. He begins by reflecting on his relationships with his family, friends, and fellow citizens, reminding himself of their good qualities and how much they mean to him. He then turns his attention to the tasks ahead, contemplating the challenges he may face and mentally preparing himself to handle them with patience and equanimity. Finally, he reminds himself of the impermanence of all things, including his own life, and encourages himself to make the most of every moment. One key takeaway from this chapter is the importance of starting each day with intention and purpose. By taking a few moments to reflect on what's truly important in life and mentally preparing oneself for the day ahead, one can cultivate a positive mindset and better handle whatever challenges may arise. Chapter 10, To Myself. In this chapter, Marcus Aurelius writes a letter to himself, offering advice and guidance on how to live a good life. He begins by reminding himself of the importance of self-awareness, noting that one must first understand oneself before seeking to understand others. He goes on to discuss the virtues of honesty, humility, and kindness, urging himself to always strive to be a better person. He also acknowledges the inevitability of pain and suffering in life, but emphasizes that one's response to these challenges is what truly matters. Finally, he encourages himself to live in the present moment and appreciate the beauty of the world around him. One of the main themes of this chapter is the idea of self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius recognizes that living a good life requires constant effort and self-reflection, and he offers himself practical advice on how to cultivate virtues such as honesty, humility, and kindness. He also emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment, which is a recurring theme throughout the book. Overall, this chapter offers valuable insights into how we can all strive to be better versions of ourselves. Chapter 11. The Nature of the Universe. In this chapter, Marcus Aurelius reflects on the nature of the universe and its interconnectedness. He acknowledges that everything in the universe is related and that all things are part of a greater whole. He believes that each individual has a role to play in the universe, and that everything happens for a reason. Marcus Aurelius also speaks about the transitory nature of life and how everything is constantly changing. He believes that one should focus on living in the present moment and accept change as a natural part of life. He also reminds himself that death is an inevitable part of life, and that one should not fear it but rather embrace it as a natural process. Overall, this chapter is a reflection on the Stoic philosophy of accepting the natural order of things and living in harmony with the universe. Chapter 12. The Value of Philosophy. In this chapter, Marcus Aurelius expresses his belief in the value of philosophy and the pursuit of knowledge. He believes that philosophy is not just an intellectual exercise, but rather a way of life that helps one to cultivate wisdom, morality, and virtue. Marcus Aurelius reflects on the teachings of various philosophers, including Epictetus and Heraclitus, and emphasizes the importance of learning from the wisdom of others. He also acknowledges the limitations of human knowledge and the need to be humble in the face of the vastness of the universe. Overall, this chapter is a tribute to the value of philosophy and the pursuit of knowledge as a means to cultivate wisdom and virtue in oneself. It is a reminder to be humble in the face of the vastness of the universe and to be open to learning from the wisdom of others. Conclusion. In the concluding section of Meditations, Marcus Aurelius reflects on the importance of accepting mortality and the transience of life. He reminds himself and his readers that all things are impermanent and that death is an inevitable part of life. However, he also emphasizes the idea that a person's true legacy is not in their material possessions or even their physical body, but in their actions and the impact they have on the world and others around them. Aurelius encourages readers to focus on developing virtues such as honesty, kindness, and courage, rather than chasing external accolades or material wealth. He acknowledges that living a virtuous life is not easy, and requires consistent effort and self-reflection, but ultimately leads to inner peace and a sense of purpose. Throughout Meditations, Aurelius emphasizes the importance of maintaining a sense of perspective and rationality in the face of adversity. He reminds readers that many of life's challenges are outside of our control, but we can control how we respond to them. By focusing on what is within our power and cultivating an inner sense of calm and resilience, we can navigate life's difficulties with grace and dignity. In conclusion, Meditations is a timeless classic that offers valuable insights into the human condition and the pursuit of a virtuous life. Aurelius' words remind us that while life may be fleeting, the impact we have on others and the world around us can endure long after we are gone.